preferred between the FN 545 and the FN 510. And instead of just replying, I figured I'd make a video because I kind of like hearing myself talk. And I actually like doing these type of like email response videos because it just allows me to kind of look at things from a different person's perspective in terms of preference. But either way, I think I just like to hear myself talk. So, FN 545 or FN 510. I've put a lot of rounds through both of these guns. I know how they shoot, I know how they feel, and which one I would take if I had to choose for the particular situation that this particular person is asking me for. Now, this email is from Irvin Williams. He gave me permission to say his name. He is out of Dallas, Texas, and he's trying to decide between the FN 545 or the FN 510, but hasn't been able to shoot either one of these because most rental places only have the FN 509 or the FNX 45. So for the last 10 years, he wanted a 45, but never got one. He wanted a USP 45, a Car P45, a Ruger P345, a SIG 1911 Nightmare Carry, a Walther PPQ 45. Bro, just say you wanted all the guns. Now, he finally settled on a Walther PPQ M2 in 40 Smith & Wesson. But now he wants a true big bore carry gun. He also has a 9mm Masada Tactical, a Ruger Max 9 for his wife, and a SIG MPX Copperhead. And for carrying, he plans to rock a fanny pack with the FN as his oh shit gun. Yeah, Joe Rogan would be very proud of that whole fanny pack thing. Joe Rogan's been trying to get me to wear a fanny pack for the longest, and I just refuse, even though technically I have done it before, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Now, before you finish watching, a quick word from today's sponsor, Patriot Mobile. For 10 years, they've been America's only Christian conservative wireless provider, offering dependable nationwide coverage across all 3 major networks. You see, switching to Patriot Mobile means you support free speech, religious freedom, the sanctity of life, the Second Amendment, and our military veterans and first responders. Their 100% US-based customer service makes switching really easy. So keep your number, keep your phone, or upgrade. To do so, visit patriotmobile.com/noir and get a free activation with the code NOIR. Thank you, Patriot Mobile, for supporting the channel. All the ammo used in this video was brought to you by Nosler, maker of the most innovative, most accurate, and most effective bullets and ammunition in the industry. And along with that, he carries an MPX in his backpack. And this FN will probably be his last handgun purchase. Right. Sure. Anyway, let's get into this. FN 545 or FN 510? Now, both these guns are nearly identical in features. Both have a threaded barrel, suppressor-height sights, ambidextrous controls, optics-ready slides, and solid capacity, 15+1 being standard, with extended magazines available. So you're not missing out on the features with either of this gun if you go with the tactical version. But since you're carrying, I'm assuming you're going with the non-tactical version, but even in those, they have the exact same feature set. So it really comes down to the caliber and the shootability. I don't know why I did the thumb here and the thumb here. It's just weird. The FN 545 is hands down one of the best shooting 45 ACP pistols that is polymer and striker fired that I've ever shot. And I said as much in my video. The recoil is ridiculously soft comparatively for a 45, which makes it easy to shoot really fast and to stay on target. Normally 45 pistols can be sluggish with that heavy, slow recoil impulse, but the FN 545 is smooth, considering it's a 45. And then sometimes with 1911s, you get a lot of flippy action that goes on with that too, that I'm not a fan of. So since it is a 45, it suppresses really well. If you throw a can on it, it gets stupid quiet, like 300 blackout subsonic quiet, which technically it actually is probably more quiet than that. That is a huge plus if you're looking for like a home defense option as well, or you just like putting suppressors on guns. Now, the FN 510 is a 10mm, and a 10mm is a different beast. It's faster, it hits harder, and when it's loaded hot or to its actual power, it is in a completely different power category from the 45. But unless you start talking about the 45 plus P plus, then maybe you can kind of make arguments there. Either way, here's the thing. Full power 10mm is a lot to handle. The FN 510 does a good, solid job at managing the recoil of the 10mm. People got to remember, I'm sponsored by Nozzler, so all the rounds I shoot through my gun are jacketed hollow points. I'm not shooting ball ammo. I'm not shooting underpowered or range powered ammo. I'm shooting full powered, jacketed hollow points through my guns. So when I did the video on the 510, I was shooting essentially full powered 10mm rounds through this gun. When I was shooting the 45, I was shooting hollow points, essentially full powered through that gun. So considering all of that, the FN 510 is snappier than the FN 545. And if you're carrying it for self-defense, you're probably using defensive ammo, not bear loads. The problem is if you use weaker 10mm loads, you're basically shooting a 40 Smith & Wesson. So at that point, why not just carry the 45? For me though, shootability is the deciding factor. In self-defense, the most important thing is hitting what you aim at under stress. And I shoot the FN 545 better.
I'm never gonna say I don't love a gun because I don't want to look like I'm biased. So what? I love it. I love this. I love it. Oh, boy. Yeah, there goes a bias.
It stays flatter, it's easier to control, and I don't have to fight the recoil as much. Yeah, 10mm has more power, but what good is power if I can't get accurate, fast follow-up shots? The FN 545 just shoots easier, which means I shoot it better. And that's what matters most, at least to me. So Irvin, you mentioned carrying 15-round magazines in either gun. So capacity isn't a deciding factor for you, but ammo availability, that probably matters. You see, 45 ACP is everywhere. 10mm, not so much. It's not super hard to find, but you're gonna find 45 ACP easier than you would 10mm. And when you do find it, 10mm is probably gonna be a little bit more expensive. If you're planning to train often with your carry gun, which you should, the 45 ACP is the smarter choice because it's easier to find and cheaper to shoot. Now, if we are talking bear defense, which I did a video on the 510 just from that perspective alone, I'd pick the FN 510 all day long. You see, bears are way bigger targets than humans and more powerful. So I'd load it hot as I possibly could, full of full-powered 10mm rounds. But against human threats, that might be a little bit overkill. You see, a full-powered 10mm is harder to control, and shot placement is way more important than just raw power. So unless you just want a 10mm or live in an area where you might run into bears, the FN 545 is the better choice for self-defense, as far as I'm concerned. For me. Now, if you're looking for a big bore carry gun for self-defense, go with the FN 545. It shoots softer, it handles better, and you get enough power to deal with any two-legged creatures.
I mean, think about it. You have 18 rounds of 45 in a gun that you can just, come on.
Do kangaroos count as two-legged creatures? I guess they, no, because they do the little weird walkie thing. Whatever, I don't know why I'm thinking about kangaroos. Humans, if you need to defend yourself against an attacker, a human attacker in self-defense, then yes, I would say go with the 545 even from a power standpoint, just because 45 has a reputation of being a man-stopper. Now, the FN 510 is a beast, but unless you specifically need 10mm, the FN 555 makes more sense for you in most use cases. And considering this is supposedly your last handgun, again, right, sure. My last handgun, I promise I'm not gonna buy another one. Okay. But you definitely want something you know you can shoot well and train with consistently. So yeah, the FN 545 all day, baby. But hey, that's just me. What do you all think? The FN 545 or the FN 510? Drop your thoughts in the comment section and help that brother out. Also, if you're watching this and you have a question you want me to answer in the video, shoot me an email or drop it in the comment section. I'm debating right now if I wanted to tell you what the actual email is because I know I'm going to get inundated and that email box is already a lot to deal with. So I'm debating if just come up with an entirely separate email for people to send me questions to. Yeah. I don't know. Either way, like, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Stay armed, stay stay ready. Yeah. Should I say that? I think I need to make a new email. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make a new email. I'll put it up there. I'll put it up there in video. When we figure out the email to do, Peter do the weird edity thing at the end, and then he'll have the email where you can send questions to, and I'll put it in the description section. Yeah, that's what we'll do. One thing's for certain and two things are for sure. Politicians and tech giants don't want gun content to be recommended to you. And we're all fighting this culture war together. Now you can help do your part by liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel, but most importantly, sharing this video with at least one person. Together we can stop the suppression of our 2A rights. And don't forget to click the link in the description section of this video for the products that I mentioned in this video.